jet lag today. My goodness, what a weekend everybody had. It was absolute bananas, whether you were overseas in Manchester, England, like I was, or here in the States with a bananas college football weekend and a crazy day yesterday. Now, we tell you all the time, whenever you want to go crazy or complain or say, oh, but that, yesterday's a perfect example of what we're talking about. Let's show what we did as a show unit across all of the NFL. 49ers lose to the Browns. They were a consensus, 85, 90% of the money was on them. Not just this show, across the country. The Eagles lose on the field to the Jets. The Texans continue to cover. They're supposed to be the worst team in football. How about the Lions? 5-1, tied for the best record in the league. No more undefeated teams. This is very, very difficult, but it still can be fun, and that's exactly what we're going to do today because this is the end of our week. So what do? Well, I call up for my absolute very best, and I say I need a big-time Monday morning because we're going places. So look what I have, an embarrassment of riches. Proppy is here. Our five-tool player, AB, is here. My man, the Maestro, is here. And Buckets. How was that soccer game this weekend, Buckets? I was out of the country. I didn't even notice.
They're talking about the USA-Germany one, Coach?
That you went to.
Funny you say that. I actually ended up not going to that matchup because I don't understand how credit cards work, Coach. Long story short, I watched at home. It was a good game, and we still cashed tickets on the game, so that was nice at least.
I so badly want to know that story, but we don't have time right now, so I'm going to have to ask you about that later. Proppy, how'd you enjoy the fight from Manchester over the weekend?
Coach, it was awesome. Getting to hear you on the pay-per-view was an awesome experience as well. Main events were disappointing. We split our showdowns, but if people tuned in for the pay-per-view, the first two fights were highly, highly entertaining. So, yeah, I enjoyed the event as a whole, and it was great to hear you on there, Coach.
Thank you very much. I've never been at an event. Let me say this. Never been at an event where there were so many security guards in the ring, around the ring, backstage. They couldn't even trust the fighters not to go into other fighters' dressing rooms to fight them before the fight. That's how crazy that event was. Do I want to do it again? That remains to be seen. But tonight, there's a big-time battle, 60 miles or 50 from where I'm sitting right now. When I landed yesterday, I flew right over SoFi Stadium. It looks amazing from the air. But tonight, how much will be in the air from Justin Herbert and Dak Prescott? -1.5. The Cowboys are favored on the road. The total is 51.5. Maestro, I'm coming straight to you. Are we fading or are we following the Cowboys as a favorite?
Well, first of all, Coach, I think I should have gotten the 15 seconds today because I don't know if I have ever in the history of this show put up an 0-5 on show picks like I did on that recap screen. So just a brutal day for everything that I gave out on shows. In fact, I think I'm going to be fired from one of my guest hosts on a national radio show because those were the best bets that I gave out there. But it was a good weekend overall, 14-7 on SportsLine. But I like a certain angle here, and that is Justin Herbert. This guy fractured his finger, non-throwing hand, but didn't take any snaps under center after it happened against Raiders and didn't take any snaps under center in practice. And his comments are, I've just got to, avoid being tackled, make sure the rush isn't coming. Those kind of comments may not work against this Dallas Cowboys pass rush. So yes, he's probably going to have a good game. It's not his throwing hand, but if he's thinking about that at all, if it limits the play calling at all, that could be an issue.
Well, we know right after it happened, that particular game, it didn't keep Brandon Staley from running a quarterback sneak from his own 34. What are you doing? By the way, I have so many ideas for what are we doing today on TikTok. That'll be out later this afternoon. Proppy, that's great analysis by the Maestro. Do you agree that it may come down to the hand and how he handles the injury for Justin Herbert?
I do here, and I also like Dallas quite a bit in this spot, coming off that embarrassing loss to the San Francisco 49ers. Certainly have had a ton of time to think about it. Now we've got one of the more conservative coaches going against one of the more aggressive coaches here. I just think the Cowboys match up really well against this Chargers team. Specifically, I think their offense can have a lot of success running the ball against subpar Chargers pass defense. I think Dak can have plenty of success as well, throwing against the pass defense. But yeah, I just think this Cowboys team with their pass rush are going to really bother Justin Herbert. I also think the loss of Mike Williams has just had a huge impact. This Chargers offense just hasn't looked the same without Mike Williams. Joshua Palmer also questionable tonight. He may not play, which could just really have a big impact going against the league's best pass rush. So I think Dallas is in a really good spot tonight.
And that's interesting, AB, as I bring it over to you, because they have the talent, as Proppy and Maestro have already said. But now it's about how do they bounce back from being humiliated last Sunday night, 42-10 to the 49ers, and yet they're going to play once again in California, just down the coast.
Yeah, this is a gut check game. All right. Not only for the Cowboys offense, but the Cowboys defense and everyone involved in this, and for the coaching staff as well. You don't get, to sit by and blame it on the players either. All right. Everyone has to be on their game tonight, because you could fix every problem you have by winning tonight. That's it. Honestly, you could do it, and you could feel good about where you're going, or you can go out and embarrass yourself. And if it goes south, you know what happens? Jerry Jones starts talking more and more and more. And that ain't good for anybody when he starts yapping. So that's how you get going and get this thing going tonight. So yeah, this is a gut check game. But we're going to find out tonight if the Dallas Cowboys are for real or not. Yeah, we'll find out. If they're for real, yeah.
Both teams have 2 losses, but AB, to your point, if they win, they'll be 4-2 and just 1 game back of the Eagles, who literally gave it away yesterday against the Jets. What an awful performance. By the way, Maestro, everybody's got your back. They love you here, baby. Taylor says all those were good reads, Larry. Everyone would have taken San Francisco minus 4.5 if it was available yesterday. I had it 5.5. It was my TikTok lock of the week.
Coach, let me say this, and Maestro, there was a Sunday last year I went 0-11. All right. Nobody's ever going to beat the idiocy of going 0-11. So don't feel bad at all, buddy. You're good to go.
It's all about that bounce back. By the way, Hill Two Top says, how are the Cowboys favored tonight? That's a good question that I will pose to Buckets. Buckets, we always love when you participate in Monday Night Football. What is your next level handicapping for this game, sir?
Well, Coach, a lot of good points have already been mentioned by the crew here, but I'm going to address the question we're all asking right now. Who is Justin Herbert, and what team does he play for? Frankly, I have no idea. Don't know if he's a Cowboy, don't know if he's a Charger. It doesn't matter to me, because I'm not worried about the spread or the scoreline or the over. I'm worried about one thing here, right, AB? We're worried about the no-fly zone, and we all know that D. Prescott is throwing an INT today, possibly 2. So that's the only angle I really like here. D. Prescott, no-fly zone, interception. Let's go, baby.
Real quick, Ferguson, 25 yards under 56.5. What's that? Or under 56.5 minus 105 proppy.
I like the over quite a bit for Jake Ferguson tonight. Very good chance there's more on that tonight when we do our Monday Night Football stream. But love Jake Ferguson. His route participation has grown every single week. His target profile is absolutely elite. He is an ascending player and gets an exceptional matchup tonight. So love Jake Ferguson. I would have no interest in fading him.
All right, that's 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Prime time, early edge. Now, I told you we have continued to be everywhere, and we're really into a nice flow as we're now almost into week 7 of the football season. But to remind those of you who are new, and there are many of you, welcome to the brand. Welcome to the brand. But all my guys, all my cappers, we're everywhere, including here. AB?
We need your sports news anywhere.
We've got breaking news to bring you.
Then get your sports anytime you want them. Big trade news overnight to discuss.
Because we know you need sports all the time.
A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
A legend adds to their legacy.
We're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
CBS Sports HQ, anywhere, anytime, all the time.
DB Toy says, I live bet myself out of that San Francisco loss and almost blew both sides. That's a horrible feeling, by the way. But had a great weekend thanks to Buckets and AB. Buckets, well done over the weekend, sir. Well done. We cannot forget about soccer when it's a busy NFL weekend and college football weekend. And tonight, it's a busy baseball night. So we got to get serious. Game number 2 in Astros and Rangers. Game number 1 Phillies, and the Astros. So, Meister, we're going to start with the 4:37 Eastern game. Last night, the Rangers, a fantastic pitching performance from Montgomery. He went over 6 innings. They allowed no runs. The Astros had no answers for him, and they got enough hits to get the job done. They're the underdogs in this series, and they are the underdog tonight. Talk to me.
Yeah, the Astros were under 500 at home all season. It continued into game 1. And I just think Nate Eovaldi, when he came back right away from the forearm strain, he wasn't himself in September, had a 9.30 ERA, 2 postseason starts, absolutely dominant. Looks like the guy that we saw for most of the season when he was in the Cy Young conversation. And when you hold Simeon, Seager, Garver, and Garcia to 1 for 16 with 3 Ks, no walks, and you still don't win. That's the top 4 of the Rangers lineup, and you still don't win. I like the Rangers as dogs.
Interesting. They have yet to lose. I mean, red hot through this entire postseason so far. Proppy, what about you?
This Rangers team is a buzzsaw. Talk about momentum. They're just playing such good baseball. Hard to really pick against them. I do think Framber Valdez is a very good pitcher, obviously. But, yeah, the Rangers are just too hot right now, in my opinion. I just think they have all the momentum. I'm going to go with the Rangers like Maestro.
Nathan Henry asked Nathan Eovaldi, who's been amazing, like a resurgence in his career, under 14.5 outs tonight is plus 120. Maestro, what do you think about that one?
I wouldn't touch it. I like him tonight.
Okay. Very, very good. AB, let me come to you, because the way the Rangers are setting up, not only with their pitching, but the timely hitting and the fact they haven't even tasted defeat in this entire postseason. They almost feel like a buzzsaw that we just got to get out of the way of.
They do. And you know what? We have, as the guys mentioned, a phenomenal pitching matchup in this game. All right. Eovaldi, Framber Valdez. It doesn't get any better than that. But you know what? Like Bucket's credit card, I'm declining both of these pitchers tonight. I think that we are going to see some hitting on both sides of Buckets. I'm just kidding. I'm not saying that your card was declined, although there's really only one issue you can have with a credit card because you're not putting money into it. All right. Now, here's the deal. I think that the Astros are going to come out and hit. I think that the Rangers, all they know how to do is hit. I like the over in this game tonight. It should be sitting, I believe, 7.5, somewhere around there. Yeah, feed me the over. I think tonight, or well, today, 4:37 p.m. Eastern, I think that we're going to see some hitting, some mashing, because the Astros know you cannot go on the road down 0-2. You just can't do it. Yeah, so runs. Feed them to me, baby. Let's go.
Feed me. By the way, Derek Jeter, can we give him a shout out? How good is he on the pregame and postgame show? He brought up the same point, Maestro, that you did about there's never been a team, I didn't know this, win the World Series that has been under 500 at home. It's never happened. Never happened. He's really, really good. He's really, really good. Now, game number 2. In this series, I don't know anybody who had this series. So if you're trying to tell me you had Phillies, Diamondbacks, you're lying to yourself. So the Phillies, this is how big, at least on paper, of a mismatch this series is. The Phillies are minus 165 on the road tonight. At home tonight. At home tonight. Total 7.5, 8:07 Eastern is the first pitch. Maestro, should the Phillies be this big of a favorite at home in this series the way the Diamondbacks have been playing?
I mean, it's true. They never lose at home in the playoffs to an NL team. They just simply don't lose. But minus 165, a little too steep for me, even though they do have Zach Wheeler on the mound. Zach Gallen also in good form. But the thing that jumps out at me, Coach, how well the Diamondbacks bullpen has pitched this postseason, and same with the Phillies. And now with all the extra rest, every single hard-throwing arm ready to go at the first sign of trouble, cool conditions, weather blowing in a little bit. I'm going to look under the total in this one.
Very interesting. I like that take. So we've got an under here, Proppy. How are you approaching game number 1?
I'm going to back my Phillies here. I know it's a steep price here. I just obviously momentum is in their favor. They just have so much experience. They have a veteran lineup, a bunch of guys who have been here before. They certainly know how to turn it on when it comes to the playoffs. They have such a huge home field advantage at Citizens Bank Park as well. When that place gets rocking, it is really hard to play there. I don't think the Diamondbacks have been in an experience quite like Citizens Bank Park in the playoffs. So I think the Phillies are going to come out, take care of business tonight, win easily. Zach Gallen also struggles on the road compared to his home splits.
No doubt. Did you see the soundbite, Proppy, from, oh my gosh, Bryce Harper? Good Lord. Did you see the soundbite of him talking about playing at the bank, as he calls it, and everybody in Philly calls it. He got emotional. He was almost in tears talking about what it means to him, why he came to Philadelphia, what the purpose of coming to Philadelphia was. I don't think we've ever seen a more focused Bryce Harper, AB, than what we're seeing right now, leading this team that is surging into the NLCS.
Yep, absolutely, man. I mean, it means something to him. And look, we have got to give Bryce Harper credit. You know, look, understand, I'm not saying he's LeBron James. What I'm saying is that Bryce Harper has had a camera in his face since he was 14 years old. We've known about this kid when he was playing in high school. They put him in the home run derby for college when he was in high school, and he mashed. Like, this guy has been known forever, and he has done nothing but rise to the challenge, and it means something to him, man. And I'm telling you, this guy is something special. So, look, there's no way that I'm fading the Phillies. I mean, I get it, minus 165. Maestro's right. Like, the price is expensive, but there's absolutely no way that I'm fading the Phillies here. They are special. The Braves out-hit everybody for 2 seasons in about 3 months, and the Phillies said, nah, we're good. You ain't doing nothing, man. The Phillies are built to win. They can pitch, they can hit, they can do it all. And here's the question also, Buckets. Who has more hits tonight? And you get to pick. Do you want T. Turner for the Phillies, or do you want B. Harper for the Phillies?
Is there any chance I can get a Diamondback option?
Yep, you could get C. Walker.
All right, give me C. Walker, because I got the Diamondbacks winning this one outright, AB.
Oh!
Wow. Wow. What a hot take from Buckets.
Hey,
5 seconds. It was scorching hot. Probably.
Coach, if you have a second, Buckets, if you want to dance, my friend, I would love to offer you the opportunity, because I've got a showdown with your name all over it, Buckets. All you have to do is sign on the dotted line. I got the Phillies. You take the Diamondbacks. What say you?
Yeah, I don't even need the spread on this one. I'll take that all day, Proppy. Coach, or not coach, whoops, AB, Snake, whoever it is, hit that music.
It's gonna be a showdown.
Hill to Top says, what does it mean for you, Coach, to back Buckets in the presidential race? First of all, I'm not. And second of all, to see the future potential president and his running mate at odds today on the show, I'm very, very conflicted. But I do know this. At around 10:30 or 10:40 Eastern time tonight, Buckets, I would have your phone beside you so you can take care of that little ding we like to talk about all the time. It won't be coming back the other way, I can promise you that. But, hey, it takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of guts. By the way, Maestro, Zach asks, Turner and Harper each to get 1 hit and the Phillies to win, comes in at plus 185. Your thoughts?
Don't mind that, but that really is AB specialty type prop, so I would defer to him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Turner. Yeah, he's going to. The problem with Harper is that he runs into the Matt Olson effect of the Braves, to where he could get walked, not only intentionally, but he could draw walks as well. He's the just absolute consummate teammate for this squad. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying don't play it. I would play it. It's fun. These two guys could go. If you had to choose one, Turner is – that dude's unbelievable. His whole lineup is unbelievable, man. Yeah.
Who knows? You know, maybe you win, get, the Astros bet, and then you just roll it over and have some fun in game number 2. That's the fun of the playoffs. You don't have 15 games you got to worry about. You just have 2.
I'll say this. Zach Gallen is a proud man. All right. And he's pitched very well. He's coming at Bryce Harper. Like, if the manager says, hey, we're going to walk him, I don't know about this we. Like, I'm coming at it.
Who's this we you speak of? By the way, apparently, according to the chat, it's Bryce Harper's birthday. Is that correct? Wow. You never bet against somebody on their birthday, Buckets.
I didn't know.
That's
I didn't know Bryce Harper was a Virgo. That's my bad. Oh.
The fact
I thought you were going to say you didn't know he had a birthday.
All right. Well, I heard the word teammate. I know I heard the word teammate. And I tell you what, there has not been a better teammate for us the first couple of months than BetMGM. I got to tell you, we absolutely love being with them. And I told you, and I'm going to tell you this in a second. First, let me read this. New BetMGM customers can sign up today and get $200 in bonus bets. Just place your first wager of at least $10, and you will receive $200 instantly in bonus bets, regardless of your wager's outcome, with bonus code EDGE200. That's bonus code EDGE200. I tell you all the time, we're the most transparent show in all of sports betting, and it's not close. We do things differently. And here's what I mean. The other day, we ran a promo. I thought it was a new game. I hadn't been with BetMGM for a long, long time. I'm new too. Apparently, it was not. We took it straight down. We called them, and now we have an open line of communication, and we're going to create things just for you. AB, can you elaborate just a little bit on that?
Yeah, we've got all kinds of nice stuff coming. Look, we've got first TDs coming. We've got all kinds of stuff with 8-bit Barry, 16-bit Barry. You're playing them on Nintendo. You're ready to go. Also, the question, it's a Libra buckets, right? Not a Virgo.
Oh, it's October, man. I don't know where I am.
You didn't even know the month we were in?
Oh, it's been a tough one, Coach.
I was going to say, because look, I'm not that guy. However, someone here has a birthday coming up, and it's about to be Scorpio season. So I understand that Libra is before Scorpio. So I'm not going to tell you what the day is because I'm not that guy. But yeah, I think it's Libra.
He goes, but if it's like 15 steps to the store, like, you know, out there. Now, the way Buckets has been almost oblivious this morning to a lot of things, you'd almost feel like he was up much earlier this morning, just like many of you, because you've enjoyed our brand new show at Galazzo.
Wake up to football highlights and news from around the world with the one and only Morning Footy team.
Rise and shine, football fans. Welcome to Morning Footy.
Start your all-day football craze with Morning Footy, part of the all-new Galazzo Network.
I'm literally going to lose it if that promo runs one day and Bucket's face is on that with the rest of them. I'll know you clearly have all the stroke that we all wish we had at CBS.
He's already on the first one, the HQ, that blonde guy with the ponytail. What's that guy's name? Erland or something?
Erling Haaland.
That's it.
Erling
Yeah,
Haaland.
Erling.
Do you know I saw him the other day, but I didn't tell you that, Buckets. I was in his town. Man United was 2 miles that way. Man City was 2 miles that way. Did you know they're only 5 miles apart? Did you know that?
I did know that.
See? Now everybody knows that. Manchester. We love you, Manchester. All right. Now, as I look at my notes, you guys come here for a lot of reasons, to laugh, have a good time, but ultimately to learn, #educate and entertain, and get set for a big, big day in sports. So, Maestro, I'm going to make you wait. You know that, big boy. I'm coming to Buckets. Because Buckets today, we're still on kind of that international break. It's almost getting over. But if I know you, like I think I know you, you're going to find me some value in perhaps the smaller leagues. Would I be correct?
Coach, you know me so well. I don't care what's going on. We could have the Euro qualifiers, the World Cup, the Champions League. It does not matter. I will help all of us find value in these smaller leagues, just like we did on Big Pick Energy Friday. I'm going back to the well here, and I'm going to La Liga 2, the Segunda Division in Spain, in a brilliant matchup between Levante and Racing Ferrol. Now, these are two teams that I normally would not wager on because these are two teams that do not hit both teams to score and then do not hit over 2.5 goals. In the last 10 matches combined between these two teams, BTTS has hit once and over 2.5 goals has hit once. So you might be thinking, Buckets, how are we going to get value in goal scorers if these teams don't score goals? Well, we got to be a bit creative with it, but Levante is kind of a goofy team because they do score. They score early, and then they park the bus. This is the kind of team where they will go up 1-0 in the first 15 minutes, and they will load 11 people back in the box. They'll sit back, and they will just stall. They could be up 2-0 at halftime, and their coach is going, why did we score 2 goals? We just need 1. Go back and play defense. It can be extremely frustrating to watch, but it can be very lucrative from a betting perspective. I'm taking Levante to score in the first half here at -110 over on MGM because, again, this is a team that scores early and then pulls back here. They have scored in 9 matches so far this season, and in 7 of those 9, they scored in the first 45. I personally don't want to watch the full game, so take a first half goal, and you can stop once they score 25 minutes in here. And then a quick little lean for the #ItPaysToWatchLive crew. In the Euro qualifiers, the matchup between Greece and Netherlands, take both teams to score at plus 100 because there's no way that should be plus 100 with how well these teams are playing right now.
Look at you, always looking out for the good people at home. You're a man of the people. By the way, why is there John Betts in your Twitter handle? Why does it say Bucket John Betts?
Is this a trick question?
No, I wonder why John is there.
Oh, because my name's John.
Your first name is John?
Yeah.
I literally didn't even know that.
You just knew Buckets?
I just knew Buckets from Taylor.
You said, who the hell's John?
I had no idea your name was John.
I think that was the issue with the credit card. They didn't say it was the wrong name.
They thought it was Buckets too. This is not you, sir. This is not you. Who's this John guy you speak of? That's hilarious. We've been together over 2 years now. Over 2 years now. It will always be Buckets to me. Now, Proppy, I know on your presidential ticket, it only says Buckets and PropStarz. That's all it needs to say. But all I know is tonight, this B. Harper guy that we talk about, the bigger the stage, the more he rises up. How are you playing him tonight?
Yeah, Coach, I'm going to take a shot at his hitting prop. It's hits, runs, RBIs over 1.5. You can find this at a great price, around even odds or minus 105 on some sports books. But Bryce Harper has been absolutely phenomenal throughout the playoffs, batting nearly 400 with an OPS of over 1,300. Love his chances tonight. We mentioned the birthday narrative. That certainly is a big boost as well. But yeah, I love it against Zach Gallen, who's had a lot of historical success. Of all the batters on the Phillies, he's had the best results against Gallen. Harper's locked in. Game 1, Citizens Bank Ballpark is going to be electric, so I love his chances of going over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. And if I could real quick, I just have to shout out SportsLine expert Josh Nagel went 9-0 on the site yesterday, picking against the spread. That is very impressive. People ask me all the time if they have recommendations, who to follow for sides and totals. I would definitely point you in the direction of Josh on SportsLine. He has done an excellent job all season long, not just this week. So definitely check him out if you're a SportsLine subscriber.
Josh Nagel. I tell you guys all the time, I look at the early edge as a liaison to SportsLine. We have so many incredible captors there, so much incredible information. In fact, I want to do you a solid right here, right now. I'm going to give you 60% off your first quarterly plan. So what, we're in October buckets, so that'd be into November, into December, past the first of the year. If you use that promo code COACH, QR code's there, sportsline.com/join, and you will get all of our cappers. And right now, as I'm looking at it, just in the Dallas LA Chargers, there's already 3 plays in that game tonight if you're a SportsLine member. You can get all of our plays a full hour before our show airs if you are a SportsLine member. And by the way, Taylor was the only one who's figured me out. Did you really think I didn't know Bucket's first name? I found him, for damn sake. Come on. Taylor says, of course he knows it. God, it's about performance, ladies and gentlemen. Performance. Although everything Bucket says is real, he really doesn't know much about anything other than soccer, but he tries. You're a great try, Buckets.
Thanks, Coach.
You're very welcome. You get the thumbs up. He's going to be behind you for the next year. Just thumbs up from Proppy.
Yeah,
all right.
Presidential, man.
All right. 2 down, 2 to go. And when my man is locked in on multiple bets from the same game, I suggest you listen. AB, let's go.
Appreciate you, Coach. Yeah, we are going to go straight to Major League Baseball. We'll get to Justin Herbert in just a second. Buckets, I like your analysis there on Dak. I also like it on Herbert. We'll get to that. But first, Rangers, Astros. All right, both teams to score 3+ runs. Like I said, I think that tonight, even though the pitching matchup is fantastic, you are going to see 2 teams that understand and have won hitting the baseball. They are going to be aggressive at the plate because why wouldn't you? What else do you have to do than get up and hit? And there's no team I trust more than the Houston Astros to do it. That's why we're also going to play Yordan Alvarez 1+ hit and both teams to score 2 runs or more at -105. So let me recap those 2. Rangers, Astros, both teams to score 3 runs or more, -105. Yordan Alvarez, who, by the way, facing Eovaldi, has hit I don't know, 900 or something against this guy. He's just absolutely mashed him. So we're going to play in the game. Both teams score 3+ runs or more. Yordan Alvarez 1+ hit, and both teams to score 2 runs or more. Both are priced at -105. And Justin Herbert, I'm coming at you, buddy. Look, I like you. All right. I like everything about you. You seem like a good egg. All right. The problem is that the Cowboys, they're a little angry. All right. They're a little angry, Coach. You're exactly right about Dallas. They have to come. They have to win. This is a must-win game for the Dallas Cowboys. And their defense knows it. And their defense was absolutely embarrassed. And they are going to bring heat on Justin Herbert all night long. Now, I'm not saying that Herbert doesn't have a good game, but he's going to have to throw the ball 35 to 40 times in this game. And that's not a good recipe at all. So we're going to take Jay Herbert buckets for the no-fly zone tonight. You have D. Prescott. So I like that. We are both locked and loaded here. Nobody's flying. And props, you were exactly right. Josh Nagel, not only fantastic on the site, he's a great dude too. Nagel's a really good guy. So yeah, follow him for sure. He's great.
All right. If we ever get that merch store up and running, we're going to have a proppy shirt with just the thumbs up right there because I like that. I like that. I can just hear,
you can believe in me.
You believe in me. That is true. Now, by the way, you use the word embarrassment. You know what's embarrassing is when we have an incredible crew and then we have a whole bunch of new people come in and try out the show. And then those OGs, and you know who you are, don't do what you're supposed to do. Hit the like button. We have so many people watching, but yet you get lazy because we make it too easy for you. Hit that like button for us. It really helps us grow because we are getting ready to explode across all the platforms at CBS, but we need your help. Now, you said need to win, but my man, the maestro, knows that they're going to win tonight. I can't wait to hear the analysis. Maestro, it's your spot.
Yeah, I hate Mike McCarthy and the Cowboys, but I have to back them in this game against Kellen Moore because they're just better on both lines of scrimmage. I know Austin Eckler comes back. Bosa is questionable for the Chargers, but it's just a great bounce back spot for Dak against a Chargers defense that is really bottom 5 against the run and the pass. This is a really bad defense, and if Bosa can't go, they're in real trouble, although they do get Derwin James back. I am concerned about Justin Herbert and the fractured finger on his non-throwing hand, and will he be able to take snaps under center? That's going to help the Dallas defense, and Dan Quinn is going to have a good game plan. It's a nice bounce back spot for the more talented team. And then on the Chargers side, I really like Gerald Everett over 2.5 catches. Donald Parham, the other tight end, will play with a brace on his wrist. He's questionable, but he's going to play. But he's going to wear a brace on his wrist. And Gerald Everett had 6 catches on 6 targets a couple games ago when Mike Williams went out. Then he was on the injury report. Last game, he was ill basically the whole week, didn't practice. So I'm going to throw out that game where he only had 2 catches. But against this Cowboys pass rush, Justin Herbert is going to be looking to get rid of the ball fast. A lot of Keenan Allen, a lot of Austin Eckler, but a lot of Gerald Everett. We only need 3 catches. It's juiced for a reason. I'm still playing it over 2.5.
Because like we've been saying from day number 1, and me and you were there on day number 1, sometimes the juice, Maestro,
it's worth the squeeze.
You're damn right it is. And today is one of those days. All right, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap, courtesy of my man AB on the 1s and the 2s and on camera. Maestro, Gerald Everett, over 2.5 receptions, -150. Cowboys just laying -1.5, -110. It's nothing. Then Buckets, Levante, first half team total, over 0.5 goal. They score, we cash. Then Proppy, let's go to the National League Championship Series. Bryce Harper to go over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. The other day we cashed Altuve in the first inning because he had a hit. Then he scored a run. That's all they got to do. Then AB, 3 big plays tonight. First, from Monday Night Football, Justin Herbert, over 0.5 an interception, -105. We'll be talking about the no-fly zone tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Then 2 plays from the Astros game today. Yordan Alvarez, he got shut out in game number 1. He's going to be hungry tonight to have at least 1 hit and both teams to score at least 2 runs. You can get very creative at BetMGM. Then Rangers, Astros, both teams to score at least 3 runs tonight, -105. One last reminder, the crew will be live tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And every single weekday, our schedules change just a little bit. Every single weekday, we have 2 shows, 10 a.m. and then a specialty show in the afternoon and or evening. And on Sundays, Saturdays and Sundays, no more 10 a.m. show, 2 shows for NFL in the evening. And then when the NFL season is over, we will address things there and see where we're at. But we feel like it's the best way to spread everybody out and give you the best content that you deserve. Now, with all that being said, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these week-ending tickets. Let's get creative. Straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. Proppy, AB, Buckets, Maestro. Never forget about the snake always lurking. I am simply the coach trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about right here. Have a great day. Pay it forward. Tell all your friends we want them. Early Edge. Good luck.